Hi everyone. In this video series, I'm going to share how I used Modular Kit from Cuore Pizza Ovens to construct my wood-fired pizza oven, including all the materials used, where I purchased them, and what was the cost involved. Stay tuned. So right now it's 2 degrees Fahrenheit and it says feels like -8, but since it's not snowing, I can manage the cold. Yeah, it is pretty cold, but I'm just continuing with the form here. I've got a couple of boards that I'm cutting, and then we'll plan the frame under it to give some support. For the border, I'm using 2x4s, cutting them to length, and actually this is going to give us 3.5 inches of height for the roof. That should be plenty enough for the load we are going to put on it. To support the main area, I just broke the pallet that the pizza oven came in, and it had plenty of wood to cover the entire area, and that's why we did not purchase extra wood to support the roof. For the rebars, there wasn't much price difference between 10 feet and 20 feet rebars, so I opted for the 20 feet rebars. It only meant that I had to take my Ryobi cut-off tool to Home Depot and cut them at length of 10 feet for easy loading. So today we are continuing with the next step, which is rebar, and we have got the 1/2 inch one here. I just did a big round to connect all 4 corners, but now I'm gonna just cut the rebar and have both like horizontally and vertically, and then we'll go from there. Once we were done with the cutting, we used rebar tie wire and we just tied all the intersections. Then we also made sure that the rebars are somewhere in the middle with some space beneath them and plenty of space on top for the concrete. At this stage, everything is leveled and we are pretty much ready for the pouring. In terms of concrete mix, this time we are using sakrete 5000 plus strength concrete mix to give it extra strength. And we used 80-pound bags as they were slightly better priced as compared to the 60-pound bags. For mixing concrete, this time we got electric cement mixer. This one is 3.5 cubic feet. And initially we tried to mix two 80-pound bags at once, but that was slightly harder to work with. So then we quickly shifted to one bag per batch. To make the lifting of these 80-pound bags easier, I'm using this trick here that I learned on YouTube, that you cut that 80-pound bag into two equal halves, and essentially you have two 40-pound bags to work with. Much better than lifting an 80-pound bag at once. And to make sure that there are no air bubbles, we just tried Ryobi's oscillating tool to give some vibration to the frame so that any bubbles could surface to the top. As you can see here, we did the pouring in two layers. The first layer was to make sure that the rebars are fully embedded, and then left a little bit of space on the top. And once we were done with the first layer, now we're just going around putting that second layer, but making sure that the first layer is not dried up and they're bonding properly as if we only have one layer. Once we had enough concrete to cover the entire area, we are just using a 2x4 to level it out, and it's basically just back and forth movement, slightly going forward and filling any gaps that we spot.
Base is poured. Looks nice. It's wet at the moment, but probably in an hour or so I can just take the trowel and try to smooth it out a little more. That's from inside. Yes, holding pretty fine.
After about a good 1.5 hours to 2 hours, I just took a trowel and tried to smooth it out. At this stage, it's pretty solid, and so you can work with a trowel to smooth the surface.
48 hours later, and just open the side frame and just sprinkle a little bit water. Looks pretty good.
Like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.